Welcome to Conversations with Saiki with your host, Saiki, and like always, I want to give a quick shout out to my biological family, what's happening to the Universal African Peoples Organization family. Keep up the great work, as well as to the New Life Evangelistic Center family. You keep up the good work, also headed by Reverend Rice, and a shout out to our cameraman, Bob. On that note, this evening's program, like always, is going to be an excellent show. In studio with me is none other than a colleague in the struggle for the upliftment of us as a people, is one of the co-founders of the Universal African Peoples Organization, Vice President, as well as Executive Director of the Universal African Women's Union. And that's none other than Miss Queen Safiyah Chauvin. Welcome to Conversations with Saiki.
Thank you.
On that note, as we begin our show, I just want to first of all, on March 5th, there was an important election that took place in the city of St. Louis, Democratic primary election, and want to give a shout out to the winner, and that was Louis Reed, who is the incumbent, and most assuredly he would be elected in the general election. Also to Jesse Todd, 18th Ward Alderman. Both of them have been progressive members of the elected officials, and they have been very supportive of our organization. On that note, Safiyah, you know, we're in the month of March. We just came out of the month of February, which supposed to celebrate Black History, Black History Month, which, you know, we always maintain Black History is not just a month, it's a lifetime, it's 365 days. And now we have entered into the month of March, and March is another significant day of celebration. Share with our audience what March is all about.
Well, March is Women's History Month, and it was the past of the March 8th was International Women's Day.
International Women's Day. Now, how long has celebration been set aside for women?
Actually, it was around the turn of the century. Women had been fighting for, you know, equality and so forth, but it really came out of the garment industry, where women were working, something like what they're doing in third world countries now, like Bangladesh and those places, you know.
Where they working for a little, money, almost slave wage.
Right, and under dangerous situations. A lot of women, you know, were hurt, and so the women were protesting that, and that's how it came to be. I think it was 1909 when they really walked out, you know, in protest of what's happening to so many people getting hurt and low wages and just dangerous, you know.
Right.
Almost like the child labor laws, you know, when children were working and the same thing was happening to them.
Okay, then, and as an extension, I also just want to point out, so women had to fight also, just as Black people had to fight for the right to vote. And do you have any idea what year
that was 1920?
Get the right to vote?
They got the right to vote 1920, I believe it was.
1920.
Yeah.
And so every year, this is International Women's Day, so that's celebrated across the globe?
Yeah, and I have a list of some international women, because we are, you know, as Maya Angelou said, the more you know of your history, the more liberated you are. And we want to be liberated, so we have to know our history.
So are you saying then that women are not liberated in the year 2019?
No, there's still a lot of sexism is alive and well, just like racism. And those of us, women of color, we're fighting for equity in the racism and against sexism. And you know, we're just, you know, you have to do both, because we're Black people and African people, and we're also female. So we've got several strikes. We're at the bottom of the totem pole everywhere you go. So we're talking about economic equity, gender equity, and racial equity. We want, you know, equity, justice, empowerment, and liberation. So that's what we're struggling for.
You know, when you mention that in terms of the struggle for equity, I think historically, for the very first time in the United States Congress, you have the greatest number of women. Am I right or wrong?
Right, you're right. And sometimes the more you oppress, the harder you fight. So this is an off-spin of, I think, the present administration. Being, a lot of negative things have gone down and been said about women, and so we want to make sure that women have, be able to express themselves, and women turned out to vote, and we're like making inroads every day, stronger and stronger to be, and this is one reason why, I started the women's wing of UA.
Go ahead.
Okay, of UAPO. We to strengthen our organization and to have more women involvement and to honor some of the queens that have been struggling for years, locally and by state and everywhere, that they've never been acknowledged for the hard work that they've done. So we started doing the elder women first.
Of acknowledging elderly sisters of our community.
Right.
So on that note, as the wing, a wing of the Universal African Peoples Organization, one of the components, you have been putting together some programs to honor, and I believe there's a program that's will be forthcoming.
Right, March the 24th.
What day of the week is that?
That's on a Sunday, 3 o'clock at Legacy Books and Cafe.
Which is located?
5249 Delmar.
5241. No, 49, you're right.
Right.
All right, Delmar.
Yeah, and it's right past Union, in that little shopping strip, at Delmar and Union.
So people just need to focus on being at Union and Delmar here in St. Louis, Missouri, 5249 Delmar.
And most people know where the Legacy is, run by John and Verlene Nix.
And what time is the event scheduled for?
3 o'clock.
3 p.m. And what is the title of the event?
It's the, every March we have a women's program, and this is the women's program, and it's going to consist of international women from Senegal, Ghana, and Haiti.
Oh, okay then.
Last year we did Nigeria, Eritrea, and Kenya. Oh, Nigeria, Kenya, and Eritrea is what we did last year. So each year we have different women speakers. We're going to have women, they're going to do the fashions and also some food sampling from their country.
Okay, on that note, though, we'll have to take a quick break.
Okay.
An epidemic of homelessness is sweeping throughout the United States of America. In city after city, people are ending up on the streets. Now, instead of feeling overwhelmed, as believers, we can do three things. We can give, we can volunteer, and we can pray. We can pray for the homeless refugees that we're finding in one city after another, all over the United States. So many people ending up out on the streets, and the hearts of so many are growing cold at this particular time and indifferent to the need. Jesus said, as oft as you've done it to the least of these, he said, even so you've done it unto me. When's the last time you've prayed for the homeless refugees in the United States of America, appearing in city after city, not only in major cities, but even smaller cities? So many people ending up out on the streets, even in resort areas, places you never think you'd find homeless people, they're there. Jesus said, foxes have holes and birds have nests, but he, the Son of Man, had nowhere to lay his head. Please pray for the refugees. Please pray for the homeless people in America. And pray for those that are on the front lines, the first responders, reaching out through Jesus Christ among the homeless and hurting, whether it's in Springfield or St. Louis. Your prayers and gifts to the New Life Evangelistic Center makes a big difference. This New Life Evangelistic Center, P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri, is 63166.
If you can't receive NLEC TV on channel 24.2 on your TV, you can watch us on your home computer or laptop, anywhere in the world. Simply type in NLEC TV, then select NLEC TV support and click on the small NLEC TV on the right of the menu bar. Click on the play indicator to start the live programming. The the same programming as 24.2. You can then enlarge the picture and enjoy your favorite programs like the NLEC Worship with Larry Rice, The Bernie Hayes Show, Experience the Benefits of Change with Pastor Burris, Conversations with Saiki Baruti, News and Views, and so much more.
Can you hear the music of creation?
NLEC TV is also available on all mobile devices such as smartphones and iPads. By getting the NLEC TV app, you can enjoy NLEC TV anywhere you go.
Welcome back to Conversations with Saiki Baruti. In studio with me is Ms. Safiyah Chauvin, a longtime activist in our community, Vice President of the Universal African People's Organization, Executive Director of the Universal African Women's Union. We were on the other side of the break. We were talking about this event that is will be taking place on March the
24th.
March the 24th, which is a Sunday, and it's going to be at 3 p.m.
3 p.m. at Legacy Books and Cafe.
And what is the major thrust of the program?
The major thrust is to acknowledge our international sisters. They're going to be speaking, and this year we're doing Ghana, Haiti, and Senegal.
Ghana, Haiti, and Senegal.
Right.
And Ghana, Haiti, and Senegal. And you'll be having speakers from those respective countries.
Right, female speakers from those countries. And we're also going to be focusing, everybody's going to have on their African garb or, you know, from the national places of those countries. And we're also going to do a little food sample from the different, a main dish from each place. Senegal.
Oh, okay then. We'll have a nice cuisine then, huh? From Ghana, from Haiti, and Senegal. You know, I was blessed to go to Senegal. That was my very first country in Africa that I was blessed to go in 1980, so it's very dear to me.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to tasting, first of all, hearing the women speakers. Who are the women speakers?
The women speakers are from Haiti. It's Kathleen Prophet Compere.
Okay.
And
the wife of one of our leading activists in the St. Louis Haitian community, Harold Compere.
That's
okay.
right. And also we have Fatou Demey from Senegal. And also we have Mrs. Opoku from Ghana.
Oh, okay then. Okay. Is that the wife of Brother Emmanuel Opoku?
Right.
Okay then. Great. I'm sure they'll be providing some real heck of a insight as to what's happening internationally as well as locally as it relates to the vast communities here in not only St. Louis but throughout the.
So people that they're unable to travel to Africa at this time. You still want to know what's going on. We get it from the horse's mouth instead of some people thinking it's S-hole countries. We want to make sure people get straight on what's actually happening in the countries, and it has nothing to do with the color of the skin from the country. So we want.
You used the word S-hole countries. Now that came from infamously from the top of the United States government, that person named Rump, huh?
Rump.
Instead of Trump.
Right. Yeah, he's the real Rump, yeah. Absolutely. So we want to make sure people don't buy into that, and so this is why we started making sure we present these, quote, third world countries every year, different places, and we're going to be doing some from Central and South America also.
On down into the future. Okay, then. And this would be, I know you've done a couple of programs. This would be, how many times would that, this would be your third time?
This would be the second one of
Second one.
And coming up, our third one of the program we have in October. And it's a commemorative program where we remember and honor the Million Women's March.
Okay, then.
So this would be coming up the 22nd year. We do a lot of great things, but then people stop talking about it and stop acknowledging it, then it just dies out.
Right, because that was a very historic march, the Million Woman March, as an extension also of the Million Man March in 1995. At this time, too, in that we work both closely with Universal African Peoples Organization, also coming after March 24th, on April the 4th, which is also the assassination date of Dr. Martin Luther King, our organization will be celebrating 30 years of speaking 3-0, speaking truth to power, and we will be having a wine and cheese jazz fundraiser featuring the 3 Central Jazz Band, and that's going to be Thursday, April the 4th, 6:30 p.m. And it's a fundraiser, the $25 donation, but we'll be having prizes because we're asking people to dress African attired or dress to impress, and we're having the prizes for the best African attired couple and female and male singles. Anybody interested, they can reach out to us at area code 314-833-4151 or call me directly, 314-477-4629. On that note, going back to women and empowerment of sisters, there have been some real powerful women that have work to uplift not just women, but mankind. I mean, humankind. Let's talk about a few that are some of your sheroes.
Okay, some of my sheroes, and my ancestral sheroes are from ancient Kemet times, Queen T.
And we want to do a educational piece right here. When you say ancient Kemet, also a name for ancient Kemet that many people know is what?
It's Kush, Kim, that area. It's ancient Egyptians.
Egypt, okay, right.
And
Kush is also now kind of Sudan.
Okay, right. All that northeastern area.
Right.
Where I always say these two queens, that's Queen T and Queen Hatshepsut.
Queen T?
Yeah.
And how are you spelling Queen T?
T-Y-I-E, I would think it is.
T-Y-I-E, or Queen T and who?
Right, Queen Hatshepsut.
Hatshepsut, okay.
I always tell people to get the mindset. They were there during the building and the resurrection of the ancient pyramids. A lot of people don't know who built the pyramids. They want to say some
aliens coming
out of space.
Yeah. But on that note, I got to cut you because we got to go back to a break, okay?
All right.
It's the gifts of caring people like you that help keep the Saiki Baruti Show on the air, dealing with hard issues that we must begin to recognize in our community, issues that are frequently ignored by much of the existing media. And St. Louis and the St. Louis area is a community that's famous for its Jim Crow policies of keeping the people down by elevating the rich and the powerful. I want to encourage you to get a copy of the book Through the Fire as you share your gift of $10 or more to help keep Saiki's program on the air and directly help the hurting and the homeless. This book goes into great detail of how the bigotry and the self-centeredness of the rich and powerful it was implemented through the politicians to drive the homeless out of the area by shutting down the work of New Life Evangelistic Center. But the work isn't shut down. It's moving forth in many other different locations. It's moved out on the streets among the people, and it's working to get back into 1411 Locust, all of which is made possible through the prayers and gifts of caring individuals like you. And that's why your gift is so very important at this time. And as you share that gift with New Life Evangelistic Center of $10 or more at P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri, 63166, be sure you request your copy of Through the Fire. Yes, God is moving in a mighty way. New Life Evangelistic Center has not given up in spite of all the persecution. It's given it to God, and we're seeing Him now do exceedingly abundantly beyond what we can even ask or think. I ask you to continue to pray for us at the New Life Evangelistic Center as we're working to continue to bring you community programming like the Saiki Baruti Show and are out on the streets among the homeless, working among the homeless, distributing bus tickets every week and emergency supplies for them, opening up safe houses for the homeless, women and children, expanding training programs for the homeless. All of it is possible because of each one of you that is sharing that much needed gift now with New Life Evangelistic Center. So when you send your gift of $10 or more, please request a copy of Through the Fire. It's P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri. That's 63166.
How important are St. Louis Metro passes to the needy? To provide stability and permanent change to the homeless, they need jobs. But how do they get transportation to look for work when they have no money? And when they find a job, how will they get there? Become a part of NLEC's Metro Pass program and help bring enduring change to a life.
I have doctor's appointments that I have to attend, going to seek jobs and putting in applications. I really would like you to understand the importance and the need for this ministry. And anything that you can do to keep this ministry going, please know that it is an extension of God's love.
Welcome back to Conversations with Saiki Baruti. In studio with me, Sister Safiyah Chauvin, and we were sharing with our audience some of your sheroes of beautiful black women that have made a difference throughout world history. Go for it.
And I was just doing some international women that people never hear. They always hear about the others from United States, and all of these were here prior to that time, mostly.
Okay.
I'll just read the list.
All right, we got Queen T, we got Queen Hatshepsut.
We got Queen Kanadaki, and that's better known as Queen Candace from Ethiopia, who led her men in battle on the elephants.
And the sister led the brothers in battle on elephants. Wow, she had to have been a powerful young lady.
Yeah.
Wow, Queen. All right, go ahead.
And Queen Nzinga from Angola.
Okay, Nzinga.
And she fought the Portuguese all of her life, from the time she was 18 until she deceased, I think she was in her late 80s.
I guess that's where Harriet Tubman got her spirit from.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, we got Queen Amina of Nigeria.
Okay.
And she was a powerhouse also.
And what was she known for?
She was known for, she led her men in battle too. Almost all these women were warriors.
Oh, all right.
They didn't separate, you know. We got Queen, who is this? Oh, we got the Homie female warriors, and they spanned several decades.
The Homie. That's kind of like in Central Africa,
it's
right?
It's like, it's called Benin and Togo
West
and
Africa
Nigeria,
then.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, and they were something else.
The Homies.
Mm-hmm. The Homian female warriors, and also we have Queen Ya Asantewa from Ghana.
Okay.
And she was powerful. She fought the British head on. You know, we got Queen. Who else we got? We got Nani from Jamaica, Queen Nani, and she also was a
out of the
revolutionary.
Diaspora.
Yeah.
All right. Queen Nana.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And we have Mary Makeba coming on up to today's day. She raised a lot of.
She used a lot of consciousness through her music.
Right.
Right.
And they call her Mama Africa too. And then we have in between that time we have two more from Jamaica, and that was Amy Ashwood Garvey and Amy Jacques Garvey,
who were the wives of the most high honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey.
Right. And you see what they did to uplift that organization.
Right,
and him.
The Universal Negro Improvement Association.
Yeah. And then we have Dr. Wangari Maathai from Kenya. She was the one that did the whole Green Belt thing.
And she won a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah,
I mean, Nobel Prize.
Yeah.
Right.
She was fantastic. And we have Winnie Mandela from Azania, South Africa. And we have also, going back earlier, we have Queen Nandi, that was Shaka Zulu's mother. So, you know, we've got, from all over Africa, we've got these great, powerful, tremendous women who are not only beautiful, but warriors and thinkers and inventors. They just did everything. So I wanted the people to get familiar with some of those names that you never hear. Instead of, you know, we know the ones here, and there's so many here that we couldn't name them all. So I focused on these from,
So why is it important for people, especially people of color, to know that kind of information about the warriors, especially out of Africa? Some people may say, I had never been to Africa, I'm not an African. I mean,
yeah, because they don't know anything to be proud of. And these, when you study these, this inspires and motivates and encourages people. You know, you say, wow, if our people did all that then, I know we can do something else now more. because we have, the technology, we have the knowledge, and we have, we just got to get motivated in spirit. Because if you think you came from nothing, you won't strive to be anything.
I know that's right, absolutely. And that's why when people do not have a sense of their history, they be just wandering in the wilderness, right. And maybe also leads to, if they don't know themselves, then they have less respect for others, and that leads to also the kind of crime that we see as an epidemic. Yeah. So on that note, we got to take one last break.
Hello, I'm Larry Rice, Director of New Life Evangelistic Center and NLEC TV, and I come to you now and I ask you just to please pray and consider becoming a partner with us here so that we can continue to keep conversations with Saiki Baruti on the air. It's only because of the faithful support of individuals like you that we can provide this service, along with a multitude of services, to the poor, the fatherless, the widowed, the hurting, and the homeless. Your prayers, your gifts right now are absolutely essential as we confront gentrification in our community of rich and powerful people that want the poor and homeless out of sight and out of mind. We're trying to get 1411 open back up again. We can do that if you will help us. We can provide shelter once again. We're doing it in many other locations, but we need your help now to keep conversations with Saiki on the air and to help those that are hurting in need. And it's New Life Evangelistic Center, P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri. That's 63166. Or you can discover us online by going to nlecstl.org. Thank you for praying, caring, and sharing at this critical hour.
Be at peace among yourselves. And we urge you, beloved, to admonish the idlers, encourage the faint-hearted, help the weak, be patient with all of them. See that none of you repays evil for evil, but always seek to do good to one another and to all.
Welcome back to Conversations with Saiki Baruti. We only just have a few minutes with Miss Sofia Siobhan. Miss Sofia Siobhan, do you organize, does the wing of the organization, the women wing of the Universal African Peoples Organization, Universal African Women Union, have any kind of motto or anything?
Yeah, we do. We have a real strong one it's an African affirmation from our people in Namibia. And they say, and we say, a bird cannot fly with just one wing. Isn't that profound? Yeah, and this is the same thing. If we try to just get our liberation with just one gender, we will never succeed. So
absolutely.
It takes all of us working together.
Absolutely.
So we're not working against the men, we're working with the men.
Absolutely.
So people don't get confused.
Okay, then. On that note, you also made mention of Namibia. If you recall, that was our very first, as an organization, we've done international humanitarian efforts where we shipped about 70 boxes of new and clean clothing to Namibia to celebrate this founding, along with sending supplies to Zimbabwe, Haiti, Ethiopia, books to Ethiopia, 9,000, 10,000 books to Ghana. So I'm just proud.
We never forget where we come from.
Right,
and I'm proud. Want to act like we just dropped off here and started history here. No, our history goes all the way back to the motherland.
So those of you who've been listening, understand we have a great history and we always need to stay connected with Africa. Again, the event that's going to be taking place, tell us again about that.
The women's program, Women's Celebrating Women's History Month, it's going to be March the 24th, and that's on a Sunday at 3 p.m. at Legacy Books and Cafe, 5249 Del Mar, right past Union.
Okay, then, and featuring some dynamic speakers from what country?
Okay, from countries. All right, from Ghana, Haiti, and Senegal. And we're going to do African fashions and a little food sampling, too, from those places. So,
boy, that sounds like this is going to be a great time. Please mark on your calendar to be in attendance. If anybody want to get in contact with you, how would they get in contact?
They just call me at area code 314-874-0758.
On that note, you've been hearing from Miss Sofia Siobhan, and we'll have to get ready to close out. As I always say, everybody needs to belong to an organization. We say join the Universal African Peoples Organization as we seek 144,000 like-minded people. On that note, like always, God bless. get involved, if not with our organization, with somebody's organization that speaks truth to power.
That's right.
On that note, again, God bless each and every one of you.